Hey, thank you for joining us for today's Proverbs Post. We've been reading from Proverbs this month, looking for different passages that talk about bad choices. And today's reading in Proverbs chapter 9 is a clear distinction of the difference between the good choice and the bad choice. If you look up at verse 1, wisdom has built her house. She's set her 7 pillars. She's prepared her meat and mixed her wine. And she set her table. And she sent out her servants, and she calls from the highest point of the city, let all who are simple come to my house. To those who have no sense, she says, come and eat my food, drink your wine that I have mixed, and leave your simple ways, and you will live, walk in the way of insight. Her call is the good choice that we'll be really emphasizing next month, but drop down a little bit later in this same chapter, verse 13, it says, folly is an unruly woman. She's simple and knows nothing. She sits at the door of her house on a seat at the highest point of the city. So the same situation. But it says she's calling out to all of those who pass by. It says, let all who are simple come to my house. To those who have no sense, she says, stolen water is sweet. Food eaten in secret is delicious. So folly is appealing as well. So what choice is the person going to make? Look at the end. Verse 18 says, little do they know that the dead are there, that her guests are deep in the realms of the dead. So when we talk about bad choices, sometimes it's not very clear in the beginning, but the end result, looking at the whole picture, is what the proverb writer is encouraging us to do. Throughout the book of Proverbs, we find this over and over again. Maybe at the moment, the choice doesn't seem all that bad, but playing that out over time, you see the end result, and it's destruction. It's the loss of the soul. It's loss of health. It's loss of wealth. It's loss of friends, whatever the case is. So as you continue to read and you see this today in chapter 9, or as you look next week and continue reading from this idea of bad choices, remember that evil communications or evil companions can corrupt good morals. So we need to be careful of the choices that we make. Thanks for joining us today. Hope you'll join us next week for our next Proverbs Post.